President Vladimir Putin has sidelined those who have done most to research the crimes of 7 decades of communism, perhaps loath to invite comparison with his own suppression of dissent or blur the patriotism needed to drive his special military operation in Ukraine. The leading chronicler, Memorial International, was banned almost 2 years ago after more than 3 decades of painstaking work. But the Last Address project has over several years managed to put up 1,200 plaques on buildings across Russia, each commemorating one victim at their last home before they were executed or exiled or left to rot in a prison colony. Each steel rectangle, 19 by 11 centimetres, has a square hole and is engraved only with the person's name and profession and their dates of arrest, internment or execution and formal rehabilitation. Every plaque has an applicant. We don't invent names and our heroes. Public initiative is the basis of the Last Address Memorial Project. People order a placing of plaques in memory of their relatives, fathers, grandfathers. Sometimes it happens that some residents of the apartment building are unhappy with such plaques, maybe unhappy because of psychological, ideological, even emotional reasons. Sometimes we hear that we turn the city into a cemetery. People who say something about cemeteries forget that our heroes don't have individual graves. At most we know that there is Butovo burial site, where thousands of shot people were buried, or Komunarka polygon, where a couple of thousand shot people are buried. All of them are buried in common graves. They don't have a personal grave. Artist Vladimir Ovchinnikov, 85, had hoped to see a museum of political repression adorned with dozens of his portraits of victims open in Borovsk, 115 kilometers southwest of Moscow, on the 29th of October, on the eve of the Day of Remembrance of the victims of political repression. But local authorities cancelled the event. It was not the first time Ovchinnikov, whose grandfather was shot by Lenin's Bolsheviks in 1919 and whose father was arrested and joined Stalin's purges, had been thwarted in this way. Why do we stay silent? Why do we hide things, he said. Instead of learning lessons, we're creating a country of lessons not learned.